Hey, what's up, guys? So, have you been paying attention to some of the announcements today? Wizard announced a new format for Magic Arena, and a lot of people are up in arms about it. And I kind of feel for them too, because I'm kind of not super excited about what Wizard's gonna do. So, this new format, it's called, I think, Arcane. Ironically, it's kind of similar to is it Arcane or Alchemist? No, I think it's Alchemist. I think I'm thinking about League of Legends. Anyways, so this format is basically historic, but kind of like Hearthstone, I guess. In a sense, we're gonna get some pretty digital format only um, cards, and some cards are gonna be rebalanced from standard in the format, which I find kind of weird because I think historic is supposed to be the place where powerful cards go together, and so then nothing's too powerful because there's just a bunch of powerful cards there, kind of like any other internal format. And so Wizard deciding that they're gonna nerf some standard cards and nerf some cards and put it into historic doesn't really make too much sense, I guess. I don't mind they make a new format, but the problem with having like both the alchemy format and historic format running along together is that they're gonna sort of cannibalize their own sort of player base. Because it's gonna split historic format. It's gonna split standard players and stuff like that. It's gonna have like a bunch of different queues, and so I think even though their announcement they're on Twitter and stuff that are saying that they're gonna keep historic or whatever, or you can keep playing historic, but basically historic is gonna become that alchemy format or whatever, which um is kind of bad because uh now they can like change the power of cards. The ban list doesn't seem even worthwhile, like they can just unban everything and then just kind of nerf everything, and then now you're playing with like a bunch of cards that you might have crafted that were good, and now they're just kind of bad. So that it's gonna feel a little bad because when they change a card type or whatever, um, you're getting a weaker version of the card that you weren't expecting to get, and so unlike Hearthstone, when they nerf something, at least you're getting some value back because you can just disenchant those cards and get some of your dust or economy back, and you can just build something else with it. You can take like a bad card, like for example, when they banned Brainstorm, you get some of those wild cards back, and you can make something else with it. Them nerfing it and making it your card that you built, and I don't know if you paid for it or not, in terms of like buying a bunch of packs, getting the wild cards. Now that they're gonna nerf it, you're not getting anything back, and so it it's very the incentive to play historic or whatever they're gonna call it nowadays, um, the arcane format or whatever. The incentive to play it is gonna be very low. Like cool, they're coming out with like exclusive digital cards only. That's cool. Uh, I mean, I don't mind that as much. They don't really make too much of an impact on the format, to be honest, because the random wild cards are just the variance is just too high to be played competitively. Like you'd be able to go into like play modes and just um do whatever with them, but in rank and stuff, like the variance of the cards are just too wild, and so a lot of those digital only cards don't see any play at all. The ones that do are the ones um that aren't random, I guess. They don't give you random effects and stuff like that. They give you, perpetual effects and stuff like that. Like those are the only cards I've seen played, or the cards that give you perpetual stuff. Um, but now that they're gonna nerf stuff and add new cards, like they're really kind of not making historic what people would imagine it, because historic is kind of like that, kind of in a weird spot. I wouldn't say it's a sweet spot, but definitely a weird spot where it's stuck in between, standard and I guess modern, because it has a bit of some modern cards. It's got a bit of pioneer cards, and obviously all the standard cards that recently came out since Kaladesh. And now that they're all kind of, it was kind of a cool format. now that they're gonna do that, they're gonna nerf a bunch of stuff. Like we don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it definitely makes me a little worried about my own collection of cards. I've been playing um since Arena first kind of came out during beta. It's basically is what got me into Magic, and so I haven't really paid too much money into the game. Like I've when I first started, I bought maybe spent 100 or 200 bucks on some packs, to get kind of a small collection going. Just because I didn't want to spend all my time grinding, for certain cards and for wild cards and stuff like that. So I spent a bit of money, made a deck that I like, and then just kind of used that deck to grind in ladder to get a bunch of gold, to get a bunch of stuff like that. And obviously you're supposed to use the gold to kind of go into limited to draft and convert your gold to like gem. There's a whole economy there, and that's great for people who like to do that. But I wasn't really doing that. I just straight up spent my gold on more packs and just hoping to get wild cards and kind of filling up your wild card meter. And that's essentially how I kind of got started on the uh, in arena. It's not the most efficient way for sure, but it worked for me because I had limited time and I couldn't spend that much time grinding for cards, and I didn't really enjoy. I do not enjoy playing limited. I'll be honest. Not that great at drafting. I mean, I won a few drafts, so I can play draft, but I would say because the randomness of it, I'm not very consistent at drafting. Same with like when I was playing Hearthstone back then. Drafting and stuff was just not that great. I can never do that well. I'm okay with drafting in Yu-Gi-Oh. Ironically, when Yu-Gi-Oh was they had a drafting format. I can do that, but I'm that kind of digressing here. But yeah, that's that announcement today. We'll see what they do if they're gonna listen to people's feedback. I hope they do. Like I hope they listen to people's feedback. If they do change a card, I hope they give you some way to kind of recuperate your economy, either in the form of wild cards or a way for us to kind of disenchant cards or something like that to get some material to maybe make more additional wild card and then use those wild cards to make actual cards. Like that's what I hope they do with historic, because otherwise, if it's if that change is super unpopular, it might just kill the format altogether, and that's kind of sad because I do enjoy historic. It's kind of like a nice break from playing something like super competitive like modern. Because I usually do play a lot of modern uh, during the during the week and the weekends when I have time off. I'll go out and play modern, and that's kind of like my fix for the hyper competitiveness. But yeah, like historic is just like it's competitive, it's fun, it's still magic, and it's kind of like a nice way to relax. But if they're gonna change the format too much, it might not feel like that anymore. So we'll see. Anyways, I think I ramble on about that. Kind of not really vent, but just some of my thoughts on that. Because a lot of people on Reddit right now, they're definitely up in arms about it, and we'll see. Hope for the best. I mean, I think historic is not the format everyone wants it to be. Like everyone wants it to be the pioneer, but unfortunately, I don't think Wizards gonna make that format, into Pioneer anytime soon. Nor are they gonna make it into a modern. It's kind of just a mismatch of things, and that's kind of the beauty of it. But either case, so I made getting back on track. I made a couple of small changes to the deck, nothing too major. So the one major thing I guess I made is I'm gonna play less priest here and gonna up the burial rites. So reason being is that the priest play is very greedy. On turn two, we might drop the priest, and we might drop a mending into a payoff, and get a payoff on turn three. Um, I guess the only real issue with that is that it's just that's a super greedy play, and that's easily punished. Like if they get rid of priest, because there is quite a bit of removal in the format. Priest is weak to fatal push. It's weak to unholy heat. Unholy heat being one of the most played form of removal, especially if you're playing against a red deck. Obviously if you're playing against like green or like mono green or some sort of monocolored deck or maybe even some dual color decks, they might not have an answer to a turn 2 priest. Um, on top of that, sometimes turn 2 priest, you don't have a payoff in your graveyard, kind of feels bad. So that and the fact that you gotta pay 3 life. Since we're playing so much shock lands, we are getting some health back with Faithful Mending, but we are also taking a lot of hits from a lot of aggressive strategies. So not we're not always gonna be able to pay for the cost of priest with 3 life. So I decided to go ahead and just tone it down a little bit. We're gonna focus on our turn 5 and turn 4 reanimation rather than playing priest on turn 2 and kind of sacking our opponent with some lucky drops. So I think 3 piece will be fine. You know that and Unburials is a lot better as discard fodder than priest is, because if you discard priest with like a bone shard or a faithful mending, her unearth effect is it's still a 5 mana, you know um 5 mana Unburial, but you're still paying 3, so she's not the most efficient when pitching her. You obviously want to be pitching the Unburials and stuff like that, and you the other thing about Unburial is you can still play 5 mana on it, and then recast it next turn again. Unburial is a little bit quicker in that sense. If you need to reanimate something this turn immediately, either you can flashback it or just hardcast it. Where if you have Priest and no other form of reanimation, if you're gonna play her on turn 5, she's got Summoning Sickness, which is leaves her vulnerable to removal. So that's the only issue with Priests, and the more I play, the more I kind of see that. I've seen some decks play, like in Modern, I've seen some people play 80 card Urian with Priest and Persist, and I think that could work. I mean, we could try a 80 card variant, but at the same time, I don't know. Like I don't know what I would kind of put into this deck to make it worth playing 80 cards for. We could maybe add red into the mix, but the only issue with that is by going up to 80 cards, we're making our deck way less consistent. We're making our opening hands too varied, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to play fast enough with 80 cards in our deck in order to set up our graveyard and draw the cards we need to consistently reanimate. Um, we would have 8 reanimation cards, and by adding another 20 cards to our deck, um, our ability to see our reanimation might be more limited, and our ability to see our payoffs are going to be definitely more limited. Since we don't have something like Unmarked Graves, we're relying on Stitch Supplier to kind of mill stuff into our graveyard in order to get a payoff. And I've run into games where I would mill 30 cards, 40 cards in the deck and still not see a payoff, or still not see a reanimation, and that's us piloting this deck with 60 cards. So I've run into that, and so I don't think a 80 card Urian reanimator deck is gonna work too well in historic. You could try it. You can maybe build more of a control variant where you can play more counter spells, you can play more removal, and just take the deck a lot slower, and just try to get to the late game, and then play your payoffs a little bit later in the game. With this deck, the way the way I'm playing this deck right now is that I'm trying to go really fast with it, and not play super heavy control. Our side deck is definitely going to be geared towards a little bit more control, because we want to be removing graveyard hate, and we're going to be playing a little bit slower when we do side in. But at the moment, just the way I play in this deck right now, is I don't really want to be having really wild hands. I want a little bit more consistent hands by seeing more payoffs, seeing more faithfuls and stuff like that, to kind of kick off our strategy really quickly and win as soon as we can. As soon as we drop off one of these payoffs, hopefully we will win from there. The only other thing I've changed is I decided to play back the 4 Godless, and decided to play more Glacial and cut down on the Catacombs, since I don't think we really need black mana as much as we need our white mana. since we have what 12 sources of white and we have a bunch of sources of black. Our white sources are a little bit more important because we are playing a couple of heavy two color white casting costs, and so we're gonna need a little bit of white source to see that a little bit more often. So that's the one reason why I decided to up the white source count a little bit. Plus we have swamp and an island, so we're gonna see our Demir colors are a lot more often regardless. So it's cool. None of our cards really cast Demir anyways. They mostly cast either Orzhov um, or white blue. I totally kind of forgot. Uh, is it yeah. Um, yeah. So let's go ahead and try a couple games in best of one some more. I may be able to try to hit platinum. We'll see, depending on how our win loss ratio today. A couple of times I played this deck, it's gotten a pretty decent win rates, 70 to 80%, which is nice in best of one. There are a couple games where it just I get totally smashed, and um, that's fine. you know, uh, our strategy is very fragile, I guess. So, um, and our hands aren't super consistent, so we'll have to see here. Let's go ahead and keep here. I think I like the Thoughtseize first, and then Stitch Supply into consider next turn. I want to get rid of any hate cards or anything right now, while Thoughtseize can be hot and useful. And ooh, this is rough. Okay, that's not too crazy. I do want to get rid of the collected company. Is that? I don't know if we'll have enough mana by turn 4. The speaker we can just trump block with Stitch Supplier, but I'm giving him a turn 1 play. I think that's fine. I think um, we're okay if he just drops the speaker, because he's not gonna be able to do too much with it just yet. Let's go ahead and just mill ourselves first and see what we get. And we have a Reanimator here. Let's play Glacial and pass. I don't know if I'll have Archmage Charm up by turn 3 in order to counterspell the Collected Company. Doubt he's gonna attack with the speaker. He could. Yeah, we don't need another payoff right now. Or another reanimation. Granted our next turn might be a little weak. We could try to drop her, maybe fringe a reanimation. If we get lucky with the Phyrexian Tower or the blocker. So, okay, I think I can take it. Just go ahead and Watery Graves for now. It's fine, he can take one of the Archmage Charms. Not too important for us. I don't think he's going to be attacking. That's a little unfortunate. We try it. Let's try it. I'll just pray. Get a payoff. Not quite. Damn. Such a sticky situation. Man, I couldn't unburial just Stitch Supply again. Let's see if we'll mill something good. No! Come on, guys! What is this? That's 20 of our cards already in our deck. He gets out a Thalia or something, we're definitely in trouble, but... Coma, very nice. I could have burial here, get the Coma. Start making some more threats available. And also Thoughtseize too. I think I'm gonna cast this first. So if he has some sort of hate, we should be okay. Ideally, we're gonna force him to go Collective Company. I maybe I should Thoughtseize first. I'm not too sure. Cause I'm afraid of a Thalia or like Sentinel. That's fine. Get rid of that. I think we're a little weak to this thing. These guys though. Let's get rid of this. We are definitely weak to these guys though. I can tap them down. But oh, okay. I guess he just doesn't want to deal with the Coma, which makes sense. But I thought he was just gonna rush me too. I don't know. Hmm. Maybe he doesn't think he can out Coma, which makes sense. But I think if he just keeps attacking with the Spellbinders, he can just win from there. Like, I don't know how I would be able to just keep tapping down the those guys. I was honestly looking for an Emercy, but that will be okay. I guess this is an okay hand. A little slow. We're like, definitely more of a control hand than an actual anything else. But I don't like mulliganing because this deck runs out of steams really quickly. I would like to Thoughtseize myself, but at the same time, probably not a good idea just yet. Oh, holy shit. He's gonna just dump his hand. Do I get the Burning Witch? I think I kill one of the Burning Witches. He's gonna go into a Robbers, sure. Kinda sucks, I gotta deal with that. That's fine. Oh, okay. What we can do here, let's go Thoughtseize him again. Get rid of this. A Bone Shard. The Robber. Get rid of this. Next turn, if we cast the Goblin, we can Sky Enclave. We'll take 2. Unfortunately, we're kind of out of steam now, which just kind of sucks. If he attacks, I probably should block. I can take the damage. Question is, maybe I can faithful mending. Now let's just do this. We don't need the swamp. Let's just try this. Keep one land in hand. I'll take the damage. If I can draw. Yeah, they were both kind of annoying. I think I have to go call creatures and pray. I will die to almost anything else though. That's the issue. If I shock myself, I go that, or I wait until one more turn to do it. I don't know if I'll survive next turn. The safer option here is to not shock myself and go MRC next turn. So that way I don't die to like a random lightning bolt or some shit. But I'll be also taking a lot of damage too. I don't know what he has. I don't want to die to another spell, but if he rushes me down, because I have 7 health to work with, I can block this. You know. I don't know if playing the land is even worth it. Let's just bluff something. I'm thinking that's probably gonna be our best play. Next turn I'll reanimate the Mercy here. I think this is a little bit safer. I could have caught instances too, I guess. That sucks. I might just die here. That does kind of suck. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Damn. Yeah, maybe I should have just went for it. I guess I guess if he's playing all creatures, I didn't see any spells, so yeah, I should have just went for it. Kind of beating myself over that one. I either died to the burn spell or something like this. Yeah, I forget he makes another thing. I would have thought I had enough health, but that's unfortunate. Did Trump block it? Yeah. Dang. The other option was to summon the MRC and call instances. And I don't know if he would attack, because I would have MRC as a blocker. But, Playing safe got me punished. We got a Stitch supplier. Go a little greedy. Okay, Okay, none of those cards we wanted to draw anyways. Goblins, huh? Oh, let's just shock ourselves and play this. If he has removal, he has removal. We can just fringe a threat if he tries to remove this. Oh, I am taking quite a bit of damage, but my hand's not too great either. Not having draw cards kind of suck. Okay, we have a payoff. No way to discard her, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, maybe a second tower might be good, but just needs to mill something. Or draw a discard fodder. Okay. Okay. That's fine. This. I guess this one Stitch supplier is holding back his whole army. If I can get the 7 mana, that'd be great. You know, I can just call Emercy and we'll win there. But that's 3 turns away, and he's starting to amass a bunch of stuff. I could just, you know, Unburial this thing next turn, have a blocker up, maybe fringe something. Okay, he's gonna try it. Maybe he can, if he can kill us this turn, that'll be bad. But if I can get Faithful Mending here, this would be absolutely perfect. Nope, not another payoff. Okay, we are in some deep doo doo. Fine. Ah, damn. We're 1 mana short of doing the combo. I don't have enough life to handle this. Best I can do is do a wall, but he has more than 10 attack power, I think. I would need enough life also to Thought Seize myself next turn. Yeah, at the Thought Seize. mono green. I don't think he can deal with priests just yet. Let's see if we can sack it out. Not quite. Need another one of these. We can slow him down by sacking this and taking this with the apparition. Slow him down for a turn. But next turn, I mean, I don't think I care. Because next turn I can just Faithful Mending the Sarah's. If assuming the priest survives here. If the priest survives, I'll be in a good shape. So let's just try to win. Be greedy. I don't think he can deal with this. Like, he'll get a lot of mana. He built his board. But we get Sarah's Emercy out next turn with the priest. After casting Faithful Mending, we'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. I don't think he's gonna attack us. Like, sometimes I like having the stitches for that. The hell is this? Sure, it's fine. Going wide won't win you the game just yet. Ooh. I think we got it from here. That's what we want to discard. Oh shit! Oh, we revived the wrong card. Oh my god. The Sky Enclave looked like Sarah's Emercy. Oh my god. Oh, damn it. Alright, I should have not you know, clicked too quick. Ah, oh my god. I'm not even salty about that one. That was just holy crap, dude. Alright, whatever. Let's just continue. Ooh, that's a rough hand. Alright. Just so many lands. Shit. Man, that would have been an easy game. I don't think this game is going to be the game where I win at all. I do think I need to get rid of this thing though. I think Colma's gonna be better, so I can tap out some stuff. There's this minor chance I might be able to cast Shieldred. Oh, it's gonna start season then. Ooh, double Coco. Just take the Coco, call it a day. Has a bunch of mana. Are we just gonna get overrun 2-turn clock on us? Probably. Does he have the mana for it? No, I don't think so. Nah, I kept in a greedy hand and drew all payoffs. Ooh. Rough couple of games, but that's fine. Man, that game with the mono green, we should have for sure won that one. Okay, this one's definitely better, but we are playing a little slow. Let's just keep it in YOLO. I have tried not to mulligan, being, you know, but it might be time to try to mulligan. Okay, alright, our hand's a little bit better now, slightly. Okay, still getting our random variants of stuff in the grave. I would not assume they want to get rid of the Stitch Supplier. Like, I like Stitch Supplier. Sometimes it acts as just a giant wall. They know we have a bunch of revival spell and we're not really drawing any of our payoffs. I mean, I could look into more draw cards, to be honest. Outs and draw and discard fodder. I want to get this online. I can look for more like chart a course or something like that, you know? That might be another good way to speed up this deck even more. Because I don't consider I love Faithful Mending, but there's times where we're drawing really inconsistently right now, and I don't like that. It's strange. Thank God. Alright, drawing more lands. We're not milling anything worthwhile, just a bunch of lands. Mm. I mean, I could mill it. I don't necessarily need it. Next turn, I can just cast it from the graveyard and get something else. Now, let's cast this from the graveyard instead. Well, we drew another one, so that's fine. Cast this from the graveyard. Discard the two. Probably call creatures. They don't really have any other way of removal, maybe? I mean, if they want to, they can discard my Faithful Mending. It won't matter. I don't think they want to discard anything, really, besides the Mending. I mean, yeah, we have our... Unless they can get rid of our graveyard immediately, too. That's a high problem. That might be a chance. I guess they have one or two ways to do it. We can call enchantments and protect ourselves. I'm not too worried about their creatures per se, but I think it's their enchantments that would definitely be an issue. It's the black green one that destroys a permanent or destroys a creature permanent. So I don't think I want to, because I think that's their only form of removal is that saga. Sorry, it's saga. So which is an enchantment. We'll be weak to mayhem, but I think that's fine. We gotta be careful of the mayhem though. He might be able to outrace us with the mayhem. Ooh, I do like Vorinclex though. Both those into our grave. Clicks to double our mana. Make him have a harder time dealing with the Boring Clicks, I guess. He's kind of mana screwed too at the moment. So we'll see. We'll see. The more mana he taps, chances of us winning are better. Yeah, so he's tapped out. That's fine. Yeah, so unless he can deal with the Boring Clicks, we're just gonna go turbo there. Because Vorinclex would buy us another turn of him not being able to do too much, and he was kind of behind on lands anyways. Get a free pack, I guess. I'm just gonna try to hit gold 2. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about adding Trout Course as both a way to speed up our deck a little bit more, to be honest. That's fine. We have ways to play this. Slot Seas first. Well, Faithful Mending next turn. Epiphany. Kinda late. I'll get rid of the Epiphany, to be honest. More mana to make 2 treasure tokens. Maybe taking this might have been the unexpected windfall might be better. I'm gonna probably Faithful again. We are just quite drawing a lot of lands that we... Let's get rid of the Apparition. We probably only need 1 copy of it in there. Oh my god. 1 card late. Maybe we can get the Stitches or something. Keep that. Okay. So next turn we can reanimate for sure. Here I don't know what to call. I'm thinking we are gonna call like an instant. Because his sorcery board wipes, none of them target anyways. Okay, well, I guess that's an instant concede from him. I don't think he's gonna be able to deal with these Sarahs in this color unless he had a board wipe in hand. Okay, let's review the deck a little bit here. I might even want to go even a little bit quicker on here. I think cleansing Nova hasn't really paid off too much, so I might relegate that back to the deck. But I think chart a course might be another card we can try. The only issue with it, it's sorcery speed. It's a little slow. You can, it works both ways, I guess. I don't know where to trim the fat here is though. I can trim their land, you know. If I'm playing more chart a course, I can trim a land. Um, I can trim Archmage's Charm. I do like the charm. Technically, if I attack with something, chart the course can be a +1. Let me think about this. I haven't really been able to use cleansing that well. I mean, apparition and cleansing are kind of the same thing, but cleansing is nice that you can just wipe a board when you need to reset. So I do like it, but Stitch is for sure too good to not play. I can maybe trim a priest, another priest maybe. Cause priests, yeah, I can make the deck a little bit faster by trimming a priest. I still like consider. I still like playing the consider. I don't know. I don't think I would max out on the Chata course because it would make us very weak to um. It would make us very weak to like a Narset or something. I guess I can trim on Thoughtseize maybe. Do I need that many Thoughtseize? I can trim on dead cards like Thoughtseize maybe. Thoughtseize is still good. Like I still like hitting stuff in their hand. Thoughtseize is mainly yeah to kind of get rid of stuff like that. Hmm. But there are times where we'd rather speed through our strategy than rather than trying to Thoughtseize them. Uh, I mean I can relegate Thoughtseize to the sideboard and maybe cleansing to the sideboard too, and just focus on speeding up our deck a little bit more to or a little bit more gas, I guess. Let's see here. Maybe I'll trim that out here. Let's relegate this here. Bowen's veto, Bowen shards. I mean, this veto I don't see myself really siding in. Maybe trim one Thoughtseize and add two chart of course. Give us two more, because there's times where we either don't draw any discard cards, which chart of course can serve either as discard or you know in a plus if we need to attack or something. You can just draw two cards. It sucks that it's a sorcery speed, which is why I'm just gonna play two because it's kind of slow, but we'll see. I don't want to play too many draw cards, and we're gonna just run out of uh, steam a little bit. Let's see how the spread looks like right now. The only other card I can think about cutting is Priest, honestly. If I wanted to keep the Nova or the other Thought Season, we're cutting our answers from our main deck. Definitely, this is gonna be more tutored towards a what's going on here? Why is there? Oh, there. It's we're our game one is essentially just gonna we're gonna kind of go really quickly, and then game I don't know if because there's times where we didn't draw lands either, so I'm a little afraid of cutting down to 21 lands. There's an argument with if I keep this, maybe if I only made this deck a best one, but I'm trying to fine tune it so that I can eventually bring this deck into a best of three and have it do fine. I don't know if there's any other good draw blue cards, blue spell cards, um, that are as good that serves two purposes, either as the to gain an extra card or to discard a card. So I think that's why um I rather choose Uncharted over anything else. I think trimming the fat like this is fine. I think this is an okay way to go. Let's try it out. The only issue with playing so many draw cards is we risk milling ourselves completely out too. And if we get a Jintaxia, sometimes our draw cards become dead cards because of that. Um, yeah, but we'll see. What I can do probably if I draw a payoff, like here, this could have been a Thoughtseize or something, but I guess Uncharted might pay off here. I might go consider first, see what we get. Priest next turn. They're going first though, so we are playing behind, so it's a little risky right there. But I think we do have a way to play this hand. I've been keeping very greedily, but we'll see if that is good or not. Good enough. I'm gonna change course a little bit here. We do have a payoff. I think we're just gonna go for the priest next turn. And we'll see from there. They attack. We'll block. If they don't have a red spell or something to kill the priest with, will be golden. Ah, yeah, they had the. I feared they had the bone crusher. That's fine. Just gonna trump block here. Probably kill this now so we don't just straight up die. Is it? I think I want to keep the tower. Let's do this. Let's trim that. The only thing I want to shock this in. It might have been better to discard a tower, I think, perhaps. Oh, I guess I should have kept the... I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Oh, shit. Alright, well, I guess they caught us with this one. If they keep, oh, they don't have the mana for it yet. Oh, they have... Okay, that's fine. I forgot they had the... That. Okay. I would... Revive it. One turn too late. That's unfortunate. Damn. I'm stuck on one white source. Ah, man. The ooze is kind of screwing us. Let's just do this now. We're gonna hope to Faithful Mending next turn. It'll pay off if they don't just keep the ooze up to do that, though. I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of the ooze. The ooze is kind of sucking. Or I just die here, I guess. Hmm. Take 7. Uh, yeah, not another white source. Damn, yeah, they got us here. Oh, they oozed our one payoff. We were one turn late on the burial there. And I couldn't really chart the course too well there. Damn. All right. I think I could have played that hand a little bit better. So Uncharted there. I have no feelings about it just yet. I, it could be good. We have a payoff. Way to discard it. We're just going really slow though. Maybe a turn, maybe 3 potentially before we do something. Ah, they're playing red, so now it's kind of a really risky play to try to do Stitch Supplier. Man, okay. Going ham on that. Probably should block. Hmm. No land, yeah. This is gonna be my only play here. I could Stitch Supply, but I only have one black source. And no land. If he gets rid of the priest, I think we call it. I probably have to call it. He might not. He might just apply pressure rather. I don't see why anyone in the world would not get rid of priest here. Take 6. I guess he could have Embercleave. That might just kill us. No Embercleave, okay. That's perfectly fine. I definitely gotta get gotta do this. Yes, I could Faithful Mending, but I'm gonna risk not drawing like a black source or something. Actually, yeah, no, never mind. What am I thinking about? Like, I could just leave his creatures on board. The Faithful Mending. Wow. Yeah, no lands. I have to do this because otherwise I would die to just his creatures alone. This way, I don't think there's any way for him to burn down the Seraph's Embassy. That we might still die to the lands, maybe? That'd be his only way to effectively do anything. Yeah, there you go. They're playing a fast deck. We're also playing a fast deck. Our deck counters their super aggro strategy unless we brick, which is a very high probability deck. The deck of just not drawing the cards you need. But winning on 2 land always feels great, you know. If you got rid of the priest, we would have definitely just. Oh man, this is why we need those lands. Let's keep it. I have discard fathers and stuff, but it's a very slow hand. It's fine. What is this? Not quite sure what that is. £8. Do I care about that? I might consider here to try to draw a untapped source of mana. Oh shit, I should have discarded that. Fuck. Yeah. God damn it. Alright, if our priest doesn't get countered, I think we can win from here. Yeah, if she doesn't get countered, I'll just faithful mending and win, because blue I don't think has any way to deal with the mercy. Oh, well they could do that. She's fine with that. Fuck. He needs to counter it, or do something. I need to get rid of that too. Shit. But he has all that up there. Don't have the white source for this. Yikes. Does he have the counter? Or the unsummon? No, he has the storm caller or the siren storm. Shit. Alright, we're just gonna pray he doesn't have that unsummon card. If he does, we just lose, right? Yeah, he's... I don't know why I'm drawing so many drowns. I played all these lands. It's not great today. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. I fucked up with this consider play. That or I should have bone sharded a little bit earlier. Yeah, so close. Sure, we'll keep it. Have Uncharted, consider, and something to do. We'll draw a land, most likely. I can be greedy here, I guess. I this line of play is a little risky, I guess. I can attack Uncharted if I really want to draw 2 cards. And then, you know. Unfortunately, I don't really have a payoff yet. Hmm. If he plays something, we can, you know, win, I guess. He's a creature. Okay, that's fine. That will give us what we need. Um, let's try to draw for a land first. Sure. We can land for a turn before we play this disaster of a strategy. Start a card. Kill the Memnite. Or not the Memnite, whatever that is. More cards. Just discard all of that. Keep 1 land so we play it next turn. The heck is this? Oh. Gonna lose his whole hand. Reach. Yeah, I mean, that's another cheesy win there. I don't know if I feel good about that one, but we're playing a cheesy deck, so I mean, it is what it is. So, what I think so far, yeah, I mean, playing Reanimator is it's just always gonna be a random toss. But our games are quicker. We can decide our games within a few turns, which I kind of like. You know, you can play multiple games a little bit quicker. Like even though I lost a bunch today, I gained. You know, I'm still gaining rank because of that. All right, well, this is definitely probably gonna be a mulligan here. I could maybe cut down on Archmage's Charm and play more Uncharted, I guess. I think that might be better. So I don't get these like weird hands. Don't think of any. I'm just gonna try to draw a bunch of cards at this point. It's gonna be playing from behind. We can just block it, I guess. It sucky thing is, yeah, we have this sort of thing. So yeah, I might cut down on the Archmage Charm if we're gonna do the Uncharted route. So this way, our mana base isn't as punishing as we draw something like this. I mean, at this point, I might just cut out on lands, right? Like, there's just times where I draw no lands, and there's times where I draw all lands, and that kind of feels bad. But I think Uncharted course is gonna be a little bit better here. I guess we want to get rid of it so that we don't just keep taking all the free damage. We can make up our disadvantage with the charm. Oh no, yeah, we are not letting him do that. Oh, he drew another one. That's fine. It's not as threatening, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's cool. Very nice. Hmm. That does kind of throw a wrench into our strategy. But I'm gonna die to his board state here. Damn. It's fine. Hmm. Yeah, nothing we can do here except to exile this thing. That's lame. Yeah, I was expecting to get something out of this. But we milled 10 cards. We're gonna mill more probably, and we didn't really draw anything. He had the double collected, so that just sucks there. Yeah, I think we're still dead. I don't know what we can draw here. Even a Faithful Many won't save us, unfortunately. Sky Enclave was fine. Yeah, oh yeah, Ember Cleave, yep. I suspected as much. Oh, went through all that and we didn't draw it. Okay, no worries. So I think I know what to do, so I'll probably cut up the charm. So our mana base should be less punishing, I guess. Let's see here. Do this, down the charms. Don't need the. I still don't feel like I need the board wipes as much. I mean, in theory, if I really wanted to go ham, I can play more chart. I guess if I'm playing this many draw cards, I can cut another land out. Hmm. What would I cut out? Probably cut a. I'll for sure cut out another check land so we don't run into too many check lands. Because with this much draw between the Faithful and the Consider, I should be able to draw lands if I need them. But I don't know if I want to up the charms back up again. Like the charms help in gaining us advantage, but yeah, could up the Thoughtseize again. I don't feel like the Thoughtseize was doing it. It does its job, but we're playing quite against a bunch of aggro decks, so. Hmm. Hard choice, hard choice. That time maybe I shouldn't have to kept the charm up. I still like counter spells. I still definitely like counter spells in this deck. And the potential to draw two. Potential to +1 if we attack with the priest and stitches early game. We can also plus off the chart the course. Let's do something that's this. This is 21 land. I think 21 land is gonna be the bare minimum lands we can ever play in this deck here. But we have so much draw. Ideally, I don't think we'll be stuck. Like, Consider has been so-so as a card. Something we could probably, if we're gonna go more control in our later matches, then that's something we could probably take out a little bit. You know, take out a few draw cards, add in more. Um, it's fine hand, I guess. Let's do this. We'll probably get rid of an Burial and maybe Warrenclex or something like that. Yeah, maybe a counter spell? Totally up something, right? Against control. Blue-white control. I'm not sure which one's better to discard. I'll just do something like this then. We're probably gonna keep one in Unburial for turn 5 play, in case. Okay. Let's just get rid of the rest of our man here. Either he loses here or wins, or he has to counter something, right? I mean, I have 5 cards in hand. I don't think I need to draw with Jintaxia. And there's a high probability he'd be able to just board wipe it, and I won't really be getting that much value off of Jintaxia. I think Warrenclex makes good sense. It buys me a turn. Coma makes it that he has to deal with it immediately. Playing blue white. I think Warrenclex is gonna be the best thing, so I can just turbo through my hand here, hopefully. Yeah, Absorb. Okay, I suspect as much. think I want to cast the Faithful again for a land, maybe? So I can cast Unburials in case he somehow gets rid of this. I don't think I want to tap out for the Stitches supply. I already have my graveyard set up. And I don't think there's anything I would be able to go into that would make Stitches worth it. Okay, so I think he's trying to draw more counterspell. I don't know. Like that, our backup plan is, gets rid of this, fine. You know, we have the Burial. Is our next turn backup? Might dump the Stitch supply. Because I want to keep this to hard cast it. I can do this and get two things that he has to deal with next turn.
My prowess is unmatched by my peers. Hone your prowess.
Probably Jin's Taxi and Nakoma. I guess if he kills that, I could still Coma? I mean, he'd be a fool not to play it right now. I think I do this, go into Warrenclex and then a Coma right after. This is gonna force him to answer it. I can also hardcast it, that's interesting. Oh, I can do something pretty nasty here. I can go tap for 10 mana, I guess. Black, white, black, white. Coma. And then let's spend the rest of this on this thing. Oh shit. I mean, I'm just gonna get rid of his hand. That's the idea with the Jintaxia. I won't be able to draw more than one with the Narset. But that's fine. Like I don't care. This is gonna be just a threat to his hand.
I have just the trick for this.
Wrath of God would kind of suck, but I think that's a little too late for him already. I already have my graveyard kind of set up. I don't think there's any way for him to wipe me now. And I actually don't mind the Narset staying on board either, because I actually don't want to draw much, I'll be honest. Him playing the Relic is too late. He's gonna lose his hand. Oh, I guess I gotta get rid of it because of that. Let's attack first.
I was not prepared for this.
Oh man. I can have him proc it first, maybe? Yeah, there. I don't think there's a way for him to come back from that. So let's go over this game real quick here. So, let's see what he discarded. Wrath of God. Syncopate. I think he should have Faithful Absence my priest right there. Because he didn't, I was able to get Vorinclex out on the board first, and then just double my mana immediately, and then just keep casting threats with the Unburial right there. As you can kind of see, that play kind of screwed him. Because then, now if he goes Faithful Absent, he killed, what did he kill? My Coma before he made the token. That's fine. I thought he was going to kill the Vorinclex. I think the Vorinclex posed a pretty big dilemma for him. Because I knew if he tries to board wipe me with perhaps with the Wrath of God, best. I guess he didn't draw any land either. That kind of sucked. So he didn't have that other extra mana. So here's how this scenario could have gone down here. So if he drew the 6th land, could have played the 6th land. He'd be locked out of 2 lands, right? He could play Wrath of God, board wipe my Jintaxia, Vorinclex, right? So then he would have 6 cards in hand. My turn comes around. I could just go ahead and Unburial the Vorinclex back on. He would be locked out of 6 lands. And then I can just repeat this process again, and then I would go Unburial, bring back the Jintaxia. He would have 7 cards in his hand, whatever. I'd still have another Jintaxia and Vorinclex, and I would just get rid of his entire hand again. Or I could just bring back the Coma and be super annoying with it. Maybe. Or yeah, I think I would have won that either way. Because if I bring back the Coma, he would have next turn if he draws another land, he would have 6 lands that would be locked up by Vorinclex. He play 1 land. If he plays a relic, it's really too late. If I had a Coma, I would have 13 power on board, plus the Coma token that's made during his turn. So that's 9 plus 17, or 9 plus 7 would be 16. He was at 21 health. So it would put him in the 2 clock turn, and I could probably bring back another Jintaxia or something to get rid. So either I go control and just bring back Jin and get rid of his hand, or I go full aggro and just play the Coma and assume he doesn't have any way of board wiping me again, to get rid of the Coma. Because once Coma sticks in blue-white decks like this, unless he's playing the card where it's just bouncing my Coma back to my hand, if he's not playing that, then I guess that's fine with me. Yeah. I think yeah, definitely that situation was kind of wacky for him for sure. If he didn't have the commit in the graveyard there, I would have just swung both of this at face. I don't think I would care to draw too much, maybe, off of the Jintaxius. I would not bother reviving Dream Trawler because Dream Trawler was just weak to Wrath of God and stuff like that. So going Coma into Jintaxia was fine. I was able to bring back 2 big creatures. If he got rid of my Vorinclex the moment he came out, or he got rid of the priest, then I would have only been able to revive 1 thing. Maybe a Jintaxia at that point, and just draw a bunch. Maybe. And he would have maybe board wiped. I know. I think his major misplay was not killing the priest with the faithful absence during his turn. Yeah, like he wouldn't be able to counterspell me, but at the same time, I get priority. I can immediately sacrifice um the priest here and bring back whatever payoff I wanted to, and whatever pay. I think he thinks that I was gonna go maybe Dream Trawler or Coma, but no, I went immediately into the Vorinclex, and then when Vorinclex comes out, I have priority again, tap all my mana, just because the interface of Arena I don't really like. Like if I hard cast the Umbreon, he could have killed the Vorinclex. I guess I could still at that time still tap mana to add it to my mana pool. So that's just a bit the technicality there. I just wanted to make sure I get my full what was it, nine mana or whatever, 10 mana to cast the Umbreons twice with Vorinclex. Or worst comes to worst, I cast Shieldred, but Shieldred wasn't gonna do anything, so I didn't bother casting the Shieldred there. But yeah. All right. Well, this is a bit of a longer stream here. I just played a couple of games. It's pretty late now, so I'll probably stop here. And try to climb the G1 or Plat sometime this week. But yeah, we had a couple of rough games. I'm still gonna go ahead and try to improve this deck a little bit more. Uh, I wanted I wanted to be more consistent for sure. So I think by playing the chart the course in our flex spot there, I think we'll have a slightly better game plan. There's a thought that I have about just getting rid of the Thoughtseize altogether, and just maybe maxing out on the Bone Shards, maxing out on Chart of Course, and then just using Sky Enclave to like be our answer to stuff. Because Thoughtseize right now hasn't really done as much. Like back then, it was perfect. Like I was able to get rid of you know a bunch of crap that like would hurt me, and and see my opponent's hand and play around their hand. But at the same time, playing Thoughtseize makes my top decking a lot worse. Also, it also makes it so that um, I'm playing this card, more for control versus my deck. I'm not really trying to play this deck as control. So I think I might do that. I might go ahead and try out no Thoughtseizes. Because Thoughtseize, the secondary thing it was supposed to do is hit yourself to discard. But if I'm playing a more bone shards and I'm playing chart a course, then I don't think I need Thoughtseize anymore. I think I can just go full draw, um, you know, get the grave in the deck set up as soon as possible, and just go from there. And then use Apparition and Archmage Charm to kind of be my cards to protect my strategy. At least game one. Game two, I can go, maybe play less Consider, less Bone Shards, depending on the situation. Cut out Chart of Course, stuff like that. Maybe play less payoffs and modify my deck to be more control and slower, depending on the matchup. But I think right now I might do that. I might just go ahead and do this and play more removal here and not play Thoughtseize at all. Maybe. One shards. So we're definitely aiming for turn one, turn two play. Our turn three plays are definitely just not really going to be doing too much either. So we're gonna go ahead and try just a turbo through our deck. Like Uncharted is fine to play at 4, I think, because it's a neutral card. You're paying 2, draw 2, discarding a card. At you know at best we attack with something and net ourselves 2 cards, which is fine. Um, so there's that. There's a argument that could maybe cut down on Archmage Charm because my mana is a little weird. I have 6 cards if I play Godless first turn, there's no way I can cast Charge Mage Charm until later, and it becomes kind of a dead card. So that's what I'm debating on if I still want to play this or I want to play more Apparition, maybe. But there, a lot of game ones or best one matches I've been playing against so far, I haven't needed to cast Apparition as an answer to anything. So it kind of becomes a dead card in my hand also. So these cards, they're an answer and prevention for whatever I might need to do. Um, and so I think 2 here, 3 here is fine. Let's try this build out. We're gonna try it to be even faster than what we were before. The Bone Shard here will definitely get rid of like Narsets. Um, we'll get rid of like stuff that we might be weak against. So I think Bone Shard's fine. I want to keep the ops in. Well, we're gonna have a little bit less turn one plays and focus more on our turn two plays perhaps with by doing this. So we'll see there. So let me see about my extra my side deck here. If I'm gonna go ahead and play any Thoughtseize. I guess Thoughtseize. I can play 2 more Thoughtseize in here. Maybe just another Thoughtseize. And maybe just put back the Dovin's Veto. Have this as my main board wipe and answers to combo decks. Oops. Just swap this over to make it a little bit cleaner here. I don't know. I honestly don't know how many counter spells I need. I could just play three test of talents because I'm not really looking to counter creatures for the most part. So I might not need Dovin's Veto, and I don't think I'm gonna run into to any things I want to counter that won't be countered. Let me think about this here. I mean, the side deck doesn't matter too much because I'm not really playing best of 3 anyways. Um, for now, let's just go ahead and add in a third copy of Thoughtseize. In the event that I need to really, really get rid of something, I don't know in what matchup I would side in Thoughtseize or this many Thoughtseizes. Especially against a combo or something, I might, or I guess a control deck, I might. But I mean, what doesn't get answered by Test of Talent and Doan's Veto if I do that, you know? Okay, well we're not gonna really think about the sideboard, so we're gonna try this main deck now. I'm gonna try to go for even a faster deck. If anyone knows a card that's just like Chart Course, or if not better, then let me know. I don't think there's anything that does this where it lets you discard a card or draw 2. That's the main thing because discarding, we are gonna definitely need some discard outlets because there was just times where I wasn't being able to discard anything. These two will kind of counterbalance each other, and then it's gonna combo with the Stitch Supplier also. Um, just playing 4 copies of everything just to make it more redundant, I guess. Redundancy. Um, yeah, we'll take this deck in, and we'll see how it does in the next couple days. Anyways, this is quite a long video, so we'll see you guys next time.